about quitting your job. It's about giving yourself options. While others crawl, you start building. Quietly, consistently, and on your own terms. No pressure, no guessing. Just a clear system you can run after work, before work, or whenever life gives you a turn. That's what Goldmine on hustlesafrica.com is for.
Tuesday.
Haikuzo makasi ni watafute uongozi pamoja wasitafute.
Kweli una maana gani? Una maana wewe ni binadamu ya mavi ya kuku.
Mashamba yetu harambee.
Nguruwe kujikanga na mafuta yake na Afrika itakwisha.
Wadhani ya gosho ngai no mwega na endesho de.
Wakati hiyo ilikuwa ukisema ngwe ndani ngwe.
Right. Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Udwajagero, and this is Political Eddy coming to you at 7:30 in the evening. We are fresh from Mombasa, where we had gone for a town hall. We were hosting Mr. Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi at the coast.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Watu wenu wako na siasa mingi sana. Nipatie glasses zangu.
Siasa gani?
Yes, your people. And today I'm in the studio with a beautiful woman here. Alright, obviously, the men have always said that Vash is beautiful, so there is no need of belaboring the point. But today I am with Patricia. Patricia, if you watch Radio Generation, you should know Patricia. Patricia, how are you doing? Welcome to Political Headache. This is the first time you're appearing on Political Headache, right?
Sure, yeah. It is the first time, and just to correct you, it's not Patricia, it's Tricia.
Oh man, I don't know but it is in my phone.
Well,
it's Patricia.
Yeah, it's Tricia Wayua. You can call me Patricia as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
how
this
are
is
you
the
doing?
first time. Yeah, I'm good.
You come from the coast, correct?
Yes.
Where exactly do you come from the coast?
No, I've stayed in the coast. Of course, I was born there.
Okay.
I stayed there for the longest time, and I came to Nairobi last year.
Yeah, but are you originally from the coast?
I'm just a mix.
A mix of what?
Kamba and a Costarian.
But you see, in Costarian we have the Mijis.
Yes, the Mijikendas.
So which Miji are you coming from?
Giriama.
Giriama! why does she not want to say it?
I'm wondering.
No, but why are you so much interested to know which part of the Mijikenda I come from?
But it's interesting. It would be really interesting. But for example, would you not be interested in me telling where I come from in the Luo land?
You see, up to the fact that we've come as a country,
yeah.
Most of the time we don't labor so much in where you come from specifically.
Yes, but that is true. But how about Hassan? Hassan is belaboring that point. So I don't know what you're saying. And the reason, by the way, why I'm talking about the coast is because I wanted to get to the issue that we have the Metu video. Munga, we have the Metu video? The Metu video. Okay. Yeah. But the reason why I was asking you where you come from is, by the way, I want to discuss a little bit of Mombasa politics with you.
Yes.
It's extremely tribal, and brace yourself for tribal.
Okay. You see, we usually say that politics is local.
Okay.
That one is a fact that you know.
Okay.
But as a country, we are trying to shy away from that political ethnicity narrative.
It is not going away.
Yeah?
It's not going away. It is not going away.
You're the only one who's
No, we are trying. Okay, we are trying.
It's not going away.
Okay, so now
Tricia.
tell me what happened to you in Mombasa last week.
Okay, so now,
Is it even last week on Monday?
on Monday, yes.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
And this is very interesting. Tricia, I hope you are going to be very honest to me. And that's what I'm looking for. And I'm trying to dig deep.
Yes.
So I am sitting at the Nyali Golf Country Club.
Yes.
And then I am asking this guy, tell me about the Mombasa politics. You know? And it sounded like nilimkwaza sana. You know, he started ranting. That is outside there when we were in the corridor. I think we had gone to the washroom, tukaingia hapo. Akaanza kuniambia kwamba huku Mombasa tuko na shida sana. Right? Tunatatizwa, that is the word he used, to the effect that we are being ruled by foreigners in this county. And I wondered, who are foreigners? Akaniambia, weupe hawa. You understand?
Yes.
And then I am like, weupe hawa?
So who are they? Who are they?
You know, and when I dig deep, I realize that he's actually talking about the Arabs. He's talking about Abdul Swamad, he's talking about Joho, he's talking about Abu Joho, he's talking about everybody that is Swahili, that is white. Akasema, weupe hawa. You know? Wanatupatia shilingi ndogo ndogo, wanaita wanawake wetu, wanawapatia lezo, wanapatia shilingi 200, alafu wanawapigia kura. Wanauza madawa.
That's what they said.
Yes.
Okay, what he said.
Yes. And you see, it was very interesting. So then when I went back there and I started talking with another guy, Mutu Obara sasa. You know?
Mtu wa kutoka bara.
Yes.
Like you now.
Yes. And he was telling me this crazy story that the Midis are the biggest population in the coastal region. Right? And they have never had anybody serious as an MP, as a governor. You understand?
Yeah.
So we had Joho for two terms. Then now we have got Abu Swamad, who is actually gearing to go for the 4th term. So it means
Fourth
No.
term or second term?
No,
It's just a
so
second
we're
term.
upehawa.
Okay.
You understand? So
Yeah.
we're upehawa going for the 4th term. And the majority of the people in the coast are not ruling the coast. But then that is very interesting, people of the internet, because this issue, but naendelea.
Okay, endelea.
So I realized, and then I asked this guy, and he was telling me that the coast is like South Africa. Okay? That a few people, so I asked this guy, which tribe does Abdul Swamad comes from? And where is Joho coming from? And he tells me that he comes from Bajun. He's a Bajun. When I look at the internet, the Bajun are only 100,000 people in Mombasa.
Yes.
You understand? And the rest of the millions are actually coastarians.
So just to correct something,
Yeah.
first of all, the former governor of Mombasa County, that is Ali Hassan Joho, is not an Arab.
Is he not Bajun?
No.
Who is he?
Joho, see, is not an Arab. It's just a Dig or something.
Digo?
Yeah, if you trace him.
And Abdul Swamad?
Now the Abdul Swamad, that one is correct. But for Joho, he's not an Arab.
He's a mix.
Yes, not really a mix. Yes.
But then where I'm going with this question, Vasht, is that we have Hassan,
Yes.
who is talking about, and there is a lady, by the way, who is being, who made to said that if Kikuyus do not support Ruto in the coastal region, they will have to move from the land that Kenyatta put them in. You remember that question? That it is there.
Yeah, during that day they were
Yes.
issuing the title deeds the other day.
Yes.
I
She
didn't
said,
know that.
you didn't hear? She said that Kikuyus, if Kikuyus do not vote for Ruto, they will move from the coast. And if you remember in 2007, Kikuyus also told the same in Molo, in Kakamega. and around the country. You see? So what I am saying is, and then now, Methu came up in a press conference. I don't know if you have that video. Yeah, well, let's listen to Methu, because Methu is now saying that the Kikuyus Vashed are beleaguered, and it is now 42 against 1. I don't know, 43 against 1. And I want us to, because even yesterday, people of the internet keep saying that, look, you guys are dwelling so much on this tribal issue. But again, we have left it, and Methu comes and runs for 44 minutes. Or I don't know how long he was ranting. Let's hear from...
On the second issue, like all other Kenyans, we are greatly alarmed by the targeted, well-oiled ethnic profiling of the people of the Mount Kenya community. This leaves us with no choice but to tell the people that they are under siege from the man they voted for as president, Mr. William Ruto. Apart from denying them development, maiming and killing their children, issuing shoot-to-kill orders, the president has now orchestrated a 41 versus 1 narrative to sever the people of the Mount Kenya region. In particular, the Kikuyu, Embu, Meru, and Tharaka communities. From the outset, we want it to be publicly known that any violence, destruction of property, and loss of life in Mount Kenya region is state-sponsored. The chief financier of this scheme is the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Mr. Kipchumba Murkomen, and the PS for Interior, Mr. Raymond Omolo, while the executor is one Mr. Moses Kuria. We want to remind Mr. William Ruto a simple story of the former president of Liberia, Mr. Charles Taylor. He is still serving a 50-year jail term in a British prison following his involvement in civil war in Sierra Leone for crimes against humanity, including murder, rape, among others. On the second issue,
So this is what is happening. So you understand where my question is coming from, Vaj, that at the coast, people are being told that if they do not will vote for my favorite Nilot, Mr. Mr. Ruto, and they will have to leave that land. What do you think? Maybe I should start with you, because I wanted you to tell me what is the feelings of the coastal people against people that they think came there and take their land, having lived there. I could call you a Griama, by the way.
No, okay. So I think basically the issue of watu wa kukuja,
yes,
has not started just the other day. That is from the coast. You remember there's a time, is it 1990 something? There was kulikuwa na vita ilikuwa inaitwa Kayambombo.
Okay.
And during that time, the people from the coast, they were fighting people from Bara.
Okay.
Which included the Kikuyus, these other tribes. You remember that time? You remember there's also a time that people were talking about Pwani.
Pwani si Kenya.
Si Kenya, you remember? And of course, this is a narrative that usually is derived through the gangs that you usually see across different regions. So during that time, I think I could just compare this with the feeling that the northeastern people have been having around them being like, it's like they've been segregated from the country. So that is the feeling that most of the time the people there felt like, and of course because they are a minority.
You're talking about the Kikuyus or the people?
No, I'm talking about the people from the coast, from that region. So just like any other person, I remember that time it's like they felt like, look at the port, the jobs that are at the port.
All right.
So they felt like, since this is a resource that is within our region, we need to benefit more.
Okay.
We need to have our young people employed. We need to have these resources benefiting the locals of that region.
Okay.
So basically, this is what they talk about. So right now, if I think it's who is this lady? I think it's a woman rep. Yeah. So whatever she was saying is just it's not something that is new to our ears. It's something that we've heard before. And let's say it's just because of the political temperatures, that is what is happening currently in the country. Yes.
Yeah. But
But when we talk about now the politics of the coast,
Okay.
You said that they've been ruled by the Arabs.
Yeah, weupe hawa.
Weupe hawa.
Yeah.
But now look at the coalition of the current governor with the deputy governor. The deputy governor is not an Arab.
Who is
Francis
he?
Toya is not an is a Mijikenda.
But it doesn't matter. The deputy
Well, yeah. So
does
what
not
I'm
really
trying
matter.
to say is, most of the time you realize that the reason why I would say that the Arabs seem like they are in control. You know, most of the time we talk about resources.
Okay.
So look at Joho, his brother. You know, his brother has a say at the economy of coast.
Okay.
Especially Mombasa. So look at Abdul Swamad. So I think basically what is happening is because these people, they've been there, they've been in charge majorly of the economy.
Okay.
So that is the reason why it seems like they get the upper hand when it comes to politics and all that.
But the problem I'm having is that the voters themselves are coming from these other midges. So why is it that, why do you think, and this is me just trying to understand it,
Yes.
why is it that they sort of go on and vote people that are not one of their own? I mean, it's a bad thing to say, but they're also complaining.
But see,
Yeah.
when they complain, you know, sometimes, and that is not a problem with the Coastarian people only, this issue of you vote in leaders yourselves, and then you start complaining. So you touched on something that he said. He said that they are given 100 shillings.
Yes.
They are given lesos.
Okay.
So one thing that people need to understand is that politicians are quite, they know what they do. They know they are best at their game.
Okay.
Because when they are coming to you, they know where your problems are. They know that, we know, like the issue of poverty, the coastal region, and the fact that it is a minority. You remember the issues of pregnancy among the young people, the issue of not going to school. You understand? So all these issues put together, they put these people at a disadvantage.
Okay.
So these people who have finances, they take advantage of the people.
Okay.
So we ukienda na umepewa 200 and you're voting.
Can I just add that this is an issue of identity and money?
Okay.
Because what we are talking about is mbona watu wa kwetu hawako in leadership positions. But then there's these people who come and give you money. So resources ziko hapo hivyo. From my experience, my small experience in politics, money is king. Money in a triumph every other thing, especially. If I'm poor, I have not eaten for like 3 days, and then Jagero comes and tells me, take this unga and then come and vote for me. I'm going to do that. It doesn't matter if I come from your tribe or this other person and I talk from my tribe. So money will always triumph identity. Though identity is also a very strong factor when it comes to voting. But because a lot of people in the coast are poor, then watakuwa nagawa.
Why are they poor?
Because of marginalization.
Who has marginalized them?
The country, I guess, the leadership.
Actually, even nature.
Yes, things are just bad there.
Which nature?
You realize the
Okay.
location where they are.
Okay.
Most of the time you realize that all those communities that are along the borders of the country,
Okay.
most of the time they are marginalized.
What
By
do you
the-
mean by marginalization?
Can I just say, I was shocked at how dilapidated Mombasa looks.
Usianze kuongea vibaya.
You know, I was wondering. I know.
Usianze kuongea vibaya.
Pesa ya tourism na port. Inaendanga wapi? It's a very bad looking town. Even my hometown Trans Nzoia.
It is first of all, Mombasa town is extremely dirty.
Yes.
Mombasa town is flooded. Mombasa town iko na litter everywhere. The buildings are having molds on them. The paints are peeled out. The people are looking hungry.
No.
Yeah,
Stop there. No, stop there.
This is the truth.
Yeah, so-
you know, and you're the one who's talking about marginalization.
So
and
that's-
I'm asking her,
Yes.
why is Mombasa people marginalized? Why is it poor?
The leadership is just bad.
So if you want to know why,
Yeah.
first of all, look at what has been happening in the Northeastern. I keep on referring to what has been happening.
Okay,
in
let's talk about Northeastern. What has been happening?
No, look, because first of all, the location.
Okay.
You realize those people at the borders, most of the time, you see they are marginalized. Because
Now, what do you
how the
mean
resources,
they're
the
marginalized?
country's resources,
Okay.
historically, the country's resources, starting from the capital,
Okay.
you see, they were just going down to the areas that are just close, proximity to the capital city, where decisions are made, where everything takes place.
Are you talking about Kikuyus?
Not really, I'm not talking about I'm just talking about proximity. Yeah.
Things don't always have to.
No.
revolve
I'm
around
talking.
Kikuyus.
Yes?
We don't always have to revolve around Kikuyu.
Yeah, but you see, we are going back to Kikuyus because what Smith is saying.
Yeah,
But when
so-
she says the proximity to the city, who are those people?
By the way, it's Kikuyus.
Exactly.
Okay, so I don't want, I just want to work with proximity. I don't want to talk about any tribe.
Okay.
So I just talk about
All right.
those tribes that are just close. I mean, those areas that are close to the capital city,
to the capital
and
city.
the way the system used to work
Okay.
historically. Those are the people who benefited much
Okay.
from what the government used to do. So now those people from those regions, and especially because they didn't have that much representation in the government, those people who could really push for development in their areas.
Okay.
I don't know whether you got to such places like Kwale,
Yes.
close to the borders there, you realize at our internet akuna, like network.
But we also have a woman.
Steamer.
We also have a governor there coming from
Yes.
Kilifi. Do you know
Yes.
her name?
A governor coming from?
Kilifi.
No, the Kilifi governor is a male.
It's a male. There is a lady coming from. Yes, let's talk about the male then. We all know that it is only one county in this entire republic where money was not spent a shilling on development, and that was Kilifi County, right?
Yes.
You know that issue.
I saw he was among the governors that were accused of not to have spent nothing on development.
And this is what I am saying, Vash. If you are a governor of your county, and you are like, what are you going to build at the coast apart from feeding the people and building and talk and doing development? What are you going to do with the money? And this guy did not spend a dime. Like, I can imagine how much Abdul Somad is collecting from all those things in the coast. And the guy has done nothing with that money.
You're saying completely nothing.
Nothing. Like Mombasa is looking like a ghost town.
Actually,
there is
okay.
Those leaders should be hanged or something.
Yes.
Mombasa is bad.
No.
It's very bad.
Even in fact, Joaquim fought with a guy in a taxi.
Why?
Because he said, what is am I saying? Is this the Mombasa we are always being told? I mean, this is a shame.
Wait a minute, Kwanindo, it was your first time to get to Mombasa?
No, Joaquim
For
and Vash.
Joaquim and Vash.
Yes.
That was your,
This was the second time.
Okay.
But it looked horrible this time around.
Yes.
No,
It was
you
horrible.
also need to understand that they say they want to preserve that
Which preservation? No.
Mombasa as
What are they?
a historic
Litter? They are preserving litter.
No, for the litter, that one we could say that somebody is sleeping on
And
their
very
job.
bad drainage.
Actually, the drainage, I support you. If you passed by that road, that is the Digo Road, where it branches through the Marikiti
Yes.
market. Up there is a smell, a foul smell that comes from some.
Yes, and then this one boy was laying saying, Mombasa is smelling.
No. It's
And
not
I'm like,
Wamewaonea nyinyi sana. It's not Omena, it was just bad.
yeah.
No, there's that place.
That one boy saying, we were with her in the car, she was saying, hey,
Actually, I remember that time when the Queen was coming to.
Mombasa, they had to perfume Mombasa.
I don't know what they did, and you know that is the route where the governor
Yes.
passes by when he's coming to work. So I was asking, what did they do? Because that was one of the routes that they were using to go to the historic sites. Yes, so I really, I feel like people really need to up their game. Especially, we are calling upon Abdul Swamad, the governor of Mombasa County.
Abdul Swamad where is he living? He must be living somewhere very hidden in one of those bushes we saw. right?
Even if
But then the entire Mombasa is filthy. The entire Mombasa is like Nairobi in 1994.
you know,
Exactly.
you know
Yes.
the governor of Mombasa, actually where he comes from, where he has been brought up.
Where?
It's around Ganjoni. There's a place there I used to live. So I know where he comes from. But of course, right now, where's the Jew anaishi wapi? You see the governor comes
need
to
to
the
know,
office,
we need
but
to know where
I
he
know
is.
his mother stays there.
Yeah, in fact, I think that, and that is the problem, that when people are talking about marginalization, we are like, wait a minute. Let's really talk about what is going on with the money. Because I don't know how much Mombasa gets in a year, but I think it is upwards of 10 billion Kenya shillings in a financial year. And I think it's even collecting more based on the kind of vast business that in Mombasa. But this guy is not doing anything. The roads are terrible, litter everywhere. The buildings look like ghost towns. Like, you can actually go and do a horror show in the town of Mombasa, and it works.
You know something interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I was not there, but Kinapita, they were doing something. They went to buy something along the way. And then they were asking, where are these Griama people? We want to see them.
Yeah.
And then someone, the seller was saying, wale wa shamba, wako huko mbali.
Sasa unaona?
Wa shamba na lazy people.
Yeah.
Someone was saying that without people from Bara,
yes,
Mombasa will just die off.
Well, you see, there is a culture that people also need to understand, the Swahili people, the Coastalian people. And when we talk about the coastal people, you should also differentiate. There is the Mijikenda, and there's also the Swahili there at the center there, that is Mombasa. So, but what I would say is the fact that the issue of schooling, you know, it affects societies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if people have not gone to school, you realize there are some opportunities they will never get.
Why are they not going to school and they're just around Mombasa?
No. Don't, you know, you went to Mombasa, but cost is big. It's huge.
Yeah. But you were talking about coast.
So,
you're talking about Mombasa County.
No, when I talk about the coast, I'm talking about majorly 3 counties.
Yeah.
That is Kwale, Mombasa, and Kilifi. Yeah, so that is what I'm just referring to, because those are the people who majorly come to Mombasa. You see, somebody living in Kilifi, for them to get to Mombasa is quite quick. Those in Kwale, they do their business. Their major businesses they do in Mombasa town.
Okay.
You understand? So there is a practice that I never used to like.
Okay.
This practice of, you see women and children, they come to these car bazaars, especially on Fridays, to ask for help.
Yes, they do.
I think it's a practice that is quite common there. So you realize, in the morning you wake up and you see a group of women. So these people, when you look at them, you see what poverty can really do to people.
Yeah.
You see what not getting education can do to people.
Okay.
So for me, I used to feel like continuing to borrow, allowing this practice to continue, it's just like you are entertaining poverty.
Okay.
In the region. So I feel like if they could change such things, if it is women, let them be empowered to do something that can be beneficial to them and even to the society as a whole.
Okay.
Not to have women coming to mosque, outside mosque, to ask for help.
Where are their husbands?
I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think that is an issue with, I don't know, husband or what. But it's a practice
because
that
if
I've
you're
seen.
coming
It's
out
quite
with children,
common.
it means there is a man somewhere, correct?
And then they are coming to ask for help from this now there. Weupe hawa. Hao weupe ulikuwa unazungumzia. Ya ndio wako na those bazaars, nini kwa their businesses. Out their business, you'll find a group of women carrying children at their back, holding others, you see. So calling upon those the leaders down there, the women rep, empower the women so that you can change the society.
By the way, going back to the Metu issue.
Okay.
Or we don't
yes, that's where we are going now, because we are asking, is it really, is Ruto actually trying to to say that Kikuyus are the bad people in this country. I want to know that from you guys.
I think personally,
and before you do that, before you go on, I'm talking about Methu. Can I welcome people of the internet?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a lot of people joining us. Irene Ododa, been waiting patiently. Our tune in mapema. Rian Saruni saying good evening, people of the internet. Thank you very much. Really can't. He's saying hello there, people of the internet. Rate Ratengo Opolo. Ratengo Polo. Good evening, people of the internet tuned in from Nakuru, Kenya. Thank you very much for joining us. We have Velna. Hello there, people of the internet tuned in from Kiambu. Thank you very much. Presenter Talents is saying watching. Jerry Umondi saying Jagero alete pesa ya Wanjigi. Yes, 30 millions. All right, Okelo Sam is saying following keenly from Stopamba. Thank you very much for joining us today, my brother. We have been away, but now we are back. I used to think weed was addictive until came across political headache. Tuned in and excited to deep dive into today's matters affecting the state of affairs in our nation. Well, Mageni is saying, Jagero umetutesa sana. Look, we were at the coast doing our town hall with Mr. Wanjigi, which became a rally indoors. It was very nice, very interesting. Tricia is political aligned. And Anne is saying, tell her it won't go away, tribal politics. Yes, she's telling it won't go away. The government is adamant that whether we keep your Ndekni, Ebola must be brought to 254. It's okay, it's all right, that is Okelo Sam. Wiz is saying, where is government apologist, Mr. Odhiambo? So, and he's saying another apologist in female form, that is, they are referring to Vach. I don't know whether I think they're referring to Tricia. Jagero, your sound is not okay, but the sound is okay, right? The sound is okay. I don't know, the sound sounds okay. I don't think there's a problem. Was he really ranting? I think you are already taking a political stand. I mean, when I say he was ranting, I don't mean that he was wrong. He was ranting. You can rant about facts, right? So I'm not saying like he was wrong, but I also have a lot of things to say about this issue of Methu and saying that Kikuyus are now beleaguered and besieged from every other part of the country. We are going to talk about it here because it's not going away. Vasht, kachonjo inakaa mko na propaganda mwingine kwa studio. And he's always having a lot of problems. I don't know with everyone. And I've always said that this Annie lady is an NIS. And I poke to sisi ndo tuseme kitu yenye watatushika nayo. This DCP guys are very divisive. That is, I don't know what this name is, but I think I can get, I can't tell the name. Okay, so those are the people of the internet. Vashti was saying something.
I'm saying, guys, Methu talked about Meru, Kikuyus and...
The Gema community.
Yes. I don't think Merus are being targeted or being profiled.
Okay.
I think the only community that is being profiled is the Kikuyu community. And the rest, they are just neither here nor there. And I also think the only way that Ruto can rally people behind him in 2027, the rest of Kenya, is using tribal rhetoric.
Okay.
Because for a very long time, people have been complaining about Kikuyus having the largest part of the cake, the national cake, wengine wakaachwa.
Okay.
So I think it might work. Hata saizi watu wakisema mambo ya Ebola, if this tribal rhetoric continues, it is going to work. And the Kikuyu community is not the only community that has been profiled.
Okay.
In the past, Luos have always been profiled. You have been called people of violence and poverty, especially supporters of Raila. Personally, even though it's not political, we have also been profiled as Luyas. Tumeambiwa mara mingi, we only know how to eat. We cannot do other things. We are just a committee of watchmen and eating.
Kamati ya ugali.
Yes, kamati ya ugali.
Yeah.
Kisses are profiled, though not politically, but they are told every day wao ni washamba. Right now, the community that inaprofiliwa sana Kenya ni wa Kisii. And even though it might not be political, hizo stereotypes kidogo ya kusema Wakisii ni wajinga, Wakisii ni washamba, they are doing funny things. At the end of the day, it becomes very dehumanizing. Same as sisi tukiambiwa we only know how to eat. And as much as we are saying, okay, Kikuyus are being profiled, it's not okay. Tuangalie kwa hizi vitu zote, even cost, even sijui kama they are lazy. but people are saying they are lazy, and that laziness, that stereotypes that cause people are lazy, is what made them to be marginalized for a very long time. So, hii mambo ya 42+1, and also when we are talking about 42 against 1,
okay,
we have to remember that Gachagua is the one who started this tribal rhetoric. Sasa hizi wamekaa ni kama they are victims. They are not victims. I do not accept or I do not agree with this tribal rhetoric against Kikuyus. But we have to be very honest whenever we are talking about this. Gachagua for a very long time alikuwa anaongea mambo ya shareholding, sijui nini. Akiongea mambo, ushaisikia Ruto akiongea akisema ati wale Wajaluo huko ama wale Waluya. But Gachagua is always talking about that. So yeye ndo alianza na Ruto akachukua, even though Ruto does not specifically talk about...
Because that's what I wanted to ask you.
Yes, he doesn't.
Is Ruto talking about
No,
it?
he doesn't. But we can just see there is a systematic thing yenye wanafanya to make everyone tribal.
How does it come out?
By Hassan talking about it, the SG of UDA.
Okay.
He has been talking about tribal things. Ukiangalia internet, whenever we are talking about issues, lazima wale watu wanatetea government, they always going back to the tribal rhetoric of Kikuyus being entitled. Even though sometimes, of Kikuyus being entitled.
Do you think that Kikuyus are entitled?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yes, sometimes.
That is very odd. I mean, okay, so how?
I'm being
how are they? Because you know what, Tricia? I just feel like these things have to be said because well, the other day. So how do you think sometimes it comes out?
Sometimes. I think for the longest time, tukisemezana ukweli, Wakikuyu wamepata the largest share of the national cake.
Okay.
Development ilienda huko hivyo kwa Wakikuyu sana.
Alright.
Na si makosa ya the smallest person, si makosa ya Njoroge who is down the road.
Okay.
Umeona? It is the leaders who are doing that. Jomo Kenyatta was a Kikuyu. Na during his time, mnakumbuka sessional paper number 10, yanasema development will only come to agricultural areas, leaving out the other guys. But whenever people talk about these issues, tunasema those other guys are lazy, like northeastern people. Even though sometimes I also think you have to do something pia nyinyi.
Okay.
People cannot just be stealing your money and you are just there like the coast people.
Yes.
I was very disappointed by Mombasa and the people from there. You cannot just be living. So I think whenever people talk about this issue, Kikuyus don't want to agree the privilege that they have. Okay. The fact that even your house uko kwa village it has a road, while me struggle uko kwetu shida ni mingi. So things like that. So we have to accept the privilege that we have.
And this is the issue, Vashti, yeah. Because by the way, today is when I know that your name comes from the Bible, Queen Vashti. So we will call you Queen Vashti. So Queen Vashti. It is very difficult, right, to actually talk about this issue without looking tribal.
Yes, that is the problem.
Yeah, so you cannot say that Kikuyus were privileged or the Kikuyu leaders privileged the Kikuyus. You cannot say that. But then if you cannot say that, then how do we talk about the issue? Because, for example, the question is, why, somebody might say that, look, the reason why the Kikuyus were taken to the coast, I don't know whether that is the correct term to use, they settled there, and they're Kenyans, they can settle anywhere in the country.
Yes.
The other issue that is there is that when they were being taken to settle there, what was happening to their land? And where is that land? Who is having that land now? Because, for example, we know that there is Northland that is going to be containing about 3,000 houses.
Yeah.
That land is the proximity that she was talking about. That land is very close to the Nairobi city. And we know the people that have always had, the land close to Nairobi city. So it's a very difficult conversation to have. But the leaders keep talking about it. But then the leaders talk about it. For example, a lot of Kikuyus would agree with what the things that Metu was saying, all right? Yeah. But we are actually under Sieke by the national government, okay? But then the question is, tunaweza teremuka, tuangalie, okay, what is the reason? What is the context of this conversation? and find out, okay, are Kikuyus at some point going to agree that, look, there are other parts of this country that were marginalized? And how do we, as a people, then talk about these things? There's the Ndumu report, right? There are so many reports. There is the Wagala massacre, right? There were so many things. So even people of the internet, if you come back to the issue that you're talking about the Luos, I mean, Luos have been traumatized a lot in this country.
Yes.
extremely traumatized by this issue. In fact, when I looked at Metu yesterday, it reminded me of so many election cycles that we have had in this country, right? I remember Luos being shot, live bullets in Kisumu, and people were celebrating. Wow.
Who was celebrating?
Yeah?
Who are the poor?
The Kikuyus were celebrating.
Yes, now we have to talk about it, but ukisema,
yes,
people don't want to talk about these issues.
Yeah,
there's an issue.
So you see those things.
Yeah,
and it is something that has happened. And you see, when Metu now comes out and say that Kikuyus are under siege, it is very interesting because we cannot also sit here and say that all Kikuyu were celebrating.
Yes.
You understand?
It's a very nuanced conversation.
Yes. So we cannot say that Kikuyu celebrated the death of Luos. A few celebrated. But now, when you go to that conversation, it looks like the entire community was celebrating the killing of Luos. That happened, the killing of Luos started in 1969 when Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, when Kenyatta went to Kisumu. And if you talk to a lot of Luos, they will tell you that they have had a lot of trauma during electioneering periods. Because after every electioneering period, there will be violence. And the police would met a lot of violence to the people of Nyanza, especially within Kisumu town. All right? To quell those things and so on and so forth. I remember there is a time we were living in Obunga, in Kisumu. My father used to live in Obunga. And Moi would just unleash GSU. They will be kicking doors and you will hear women crying and the children will be crying the whole night. They're just beating people. And they used to like this idea of just beating people randomly. Like Nini Meleka Fanya Fujo Warner. I don't know where that is what Fanya Fujo Warner came from.
Yes.
It was really bad. You see? And so all these things, they keep on cropping.
Do you know which other community is being profiled? The Somali community.
Yes.
But whenever Somalis are being profiled, no one comes out and does something.
Yeah.
Because it's okay right now to say Somalis should go back to their own home. But they were born here.
Yeah.
Their land is here. Tukisema Somalis should go back. Somalis don't belong here. What do we mean? But people celebrate. A lot of people celebrate whenever we are talking about Somalis.
Even when Ruto came out actually to say that Somalis should be given IDs, many people were saying that Ruto is bringing in terrorists.
But are they terrorists? See, that's profiling.
And then there is another story that I was being told the other day that was very interesting. Because, for example, I was being told that when you are going to, before Ruto came to power, that if you are going to Garissa, there is a bridge that you must show your ID. Now, ukiwacha nyumbani, you are going back. You are not coming to Kenya. So I was asking Abdul, so this bridge, is it like a, what is it? Is it like mpaka ya Kenya? No, it's right inside Kenya. And you have to show your ID for you to come to Nairobi. If you don't have your ID, you are going back home.
Okay, that is the same thing that happens on your way as you come from Lamu to Mombasa.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a way. And, well, that is because that's an entry point. That's an entry point. So,
but why can't they put it in the border? Kwani hakuna border?
Well, I think matters security kuna mambo mengi sana we would say about, because of course there is also the Boni Forest. There's a lot. I don't think being asked to show your ID is a problem. For me, that's my feeling. Doesn't mean that you're being profiled because you're being asked to show you
inside your country.
Yes.
Inside your country, you have traveled for 100 kilometers.
Have you never been asked about?
Yeah?
Have you ever never been asked about your ID?
Actually, yes, every time.
I've traveled,
but they're not telling me to go back where I came from.
Yes.
No, like you see for the Malindi, just past Malindi.
Yeah.
Kuna place hapo, kuna polisi wao wanaangalia. They're checking people who are coming in. So, hata mimi mwenyewe nishaitishwa ID. And I show, yeah, I'm a Kenyan. This is my ID.
Why can't we take care of our borders then?
Now,
because how can you look at people in Nakuru? Ati una check ID from people Kisumu in Nakuru? Are you mad?
Well, for me, I think the issue with
But
being
what is the
checked
security
your
there?
ID,
Well?
I don't think it is a problem.
But
That
what
is
is
a
the security issue
practice.
there?
What is the security issue there?
For-
In Lamu, Wapo
Yes.
Malindi.
You've heard so many things. What has been happening there?
What has
You've
been
heard
happening?
the
What is it?
attacks.
What is
You've
it?
heard about the attacks there. You have never heard about the attacks in Lamu, Tana River, those areas. You have never heard about that. We've had the country, of course, fighting those issues of the Al-Shabaab just along the Boni Forest. I'm not here to defend the government. I'm just saying that issues,
Yeah, they are
matters
calling you
security.
government apologists.
No, not really. Matters security are quite important. So for me, I don't see a problem with when ukiulizwa wewe leta ID yako, let's see. I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, and again, just to say something about the issue of tribalism, I think you just said it correctly that every other tribe has been profiled in our country here. And it's quite unfortunate that some of us are realizing that when you are not a supporter of the government, when you're in the opposition, most of the time you will suffer. You understand? So what we should appreciate as a country is the fact that we've come a long way. We've come a long way. The role the former Prime Minister played, Raila Amolo Odinga, is something that we should appreciate.
What is that?
The fight for democracy, it has really brought in...
No, Jagiro is not a fan of Raila.
It's okay. Don't be. It's okay. I respect your feelings and your opinion around that. But what I feel is, not him alone, of course, you must appreciate every other person who have fought for this democracy and all this. Because right now, us as citizens of this country, we realize, and we are so much privy to the fact that the taxes that we pay, they should work for all of us.
Yes. And that is
If
why
I'm in Mandela and I'm paying taxes,
that's why I'm telling you
Yes.
that you want to tell me that from the time that we took independence 1963, 1964, we had not figured out how to deal with our porous borders to the extent that somebody has traveled 100 kilometers into his own country and is being asked for an ID, and if he doesn't have an ID, he has to be sent back. Do you think, what is that? Because the government should have thought about, okay, how are we dealing with Kenyans, right? If somebody has an ID and he doesn't have it on his body, how do we make sure that this Kenyan maybe is going for treatment in Nairobi and is taken back 100 kilometers back to his own country? I mean, as a country, we cannot figure out how to know who a Kenyan is.
The country does not care, has never cared.
But let me
especially
tell
about
you,
Northeastern. I'm talking specifically about Northeastern.
Yes.
The country has never cared about those people. Ndio maana, they have to be asked for an ID. If the country cared, if the government cared, wangeweka proper ways to identify Kenyans. But for them, anyone who comes from Northeastern, ni jambazi, ni terrorists. So they deserve to be there.
Yeah.
And that's why even when people are talking about Northeastern, they are very stupid because they elect bad leaders. The Northeastern are the only people who are whose leaders are stealing money. But in real sense, every leader in this country is corrupt. Everyone in this country is corrupt. But we just talk about Northeastern alone because hawajakuwa na development for a very long time. And it makes sense mbona hawajakuwa na development, even though I don't agree that they have used their development and devolution money for nonsense. But we just don't care about them. We just don't care. So that's why hakuna security measures mzuri.
Yeah.
Okay, I think security is a continuous thing.
It's a continuous, but
it's a continuous thing, and
the problem with this government, even when
Yes.
you look at even the Ruto government, there is a way they are dealing with these issues that is not making sense. Like Ruto anaongeanga tu kila saa, tumetenga bilioni ngapi, tumetenga, but you can't see any engagement with Ruto. He's talking too much.
Yeah, that's what he likes.
Ruto is talking too much. Like every time he's just talking, we have set up 30 billion, we have set up this, we will make sure. The other day he was in Mandera, sijui yako katikati ya barabara na kitu kwa mgongo. I it's just
Nangamia,
Kenya yote. Ashagawa budget yote ya next year.
Ashagawa. What does that mean?
From Kisii, the billions Ali promised for Kisii. The billions he has promised to cost people. The billions in Wajir.
Yeah, but let's just be honest. The president is really promising a lot.
Yeah, is promising a lot in a bad way or a good way?
But for me, I doubt. I have questions to all those promises because sometimes you tend to ask, where is this money really coming from?
Yeah.
All these promises, you want to ask yourself, where is this money really coming from? Because as a country, we are crying, we are going to borrow all such things.
We are always borrowing, but Ruto, the Nile out is really saying, we have given you this, we have given you that, we have given you this, we have given you that. So that for me is the problem we are having in this country. The issue of tribalism, I have felt it, I've experienced it. When your name starts with an O, there is a time I was talking to another Kikuyu lady, and I asked her name, and I asked her Kikuyu name, and she was very offended by me asking her about her Kikuyu name, because she thinks that Kikuyu name has been very bad for her. Yeah, it has not helped her at all. In any case, that name has just created a lot of problems and problems and problems. She's telling me my color, the way I look, the way they spell my name, everything about me is just bad for Kenya. You understand? And if you look at that, is a Kikuyu woman who is 35 years, so pissed off. And the fact that her being a Kikuyu has not helped her at all. You see? So people say she's Wanjiru, people saying that she's a thief, people saying that she's what? I am like, okay, so what do I do?
But by then, you
know,
you know. And it's really painful when you are let me now use the word marginalization. If you are marginalized on the account of your name and the color of your skin, you see, it's very bad. Even Kikuyus even suffering as far as marriage is concerned. The Kikuyu girls, women, when you talk to them, they tell you that wao wataua mabwana yao, wabaki na pesa. Like the people think that they cannot just fall in love and live like other Kenyans. And you hear talking about, some people talk about me as a Luo in a very derogative way. When they see me with a phone, wanasema, hey, Jaluo.
Yeah, in a very bad way.
In a very bad, condescending way. Like Samson does not know that there is a tribe called Luo. In any case, I see a lot of Kikuyus with the Range Rovers. In fact, Kikuyus have got very good cars these days. Luos can't afford them anymore. We can only afford them if we get into wash.
So,
but you know, speaking about tribe and identity, even me, for a long time, I didn't want to identify as Luya.
You know?
Yes, because whenever you just say you are Luya,
But for me, I think even for the campus, let's say just everybody, like I said, has been stereotyped, given names and all that. But one thing that I want to say is, if we are not careful, even our leaders, they are going to bring back this tribal card in a very big way. Such that even when something is not really that serious, that tribal, your leader just wants to come and tell you that, you see, us as Kambas, we are being attacked. Us as they want to finish us. You understand?
Do you think Rigiji and Metu are opportunists?
They are the ones who started the tribal rhetoric. Rigiji should not talk about being profiled. Because he's the one who made Kikuyus to be profiled. He said,
don't touch Murima.
Yes.
When he was the deputy
president, every time Rigiji woke up and talk, alikuwa anaongelea mambo ya Murima. Every day. So he's the one who started it. And he does not have any moral authority to come and speak about them being victims.
So let me ask you, because I also heard about this issue of the Ebola, that quarantine facility being put in
Laikipia.
Yes. I've heard people also talking about now the issue of tribe, saying that they want to finish us and such things. That's why I'm
genocide.
Yes, that's why I'm telling people and Kenyans in general that if we are not careful, our politicians, they are going to change the narrative to suit them, to suit what they want to, what they are pushing for. You understand? Yeah, so let's just...
Because somebody said, how come no one is talking about stereotyping of the Kalenjin community?
By the way,
Meno Inje.
not even Meno Inje. You know, stereotyping the Kalenjin right now is normalized. Kabisa.
It's normalized?
Yes, because of Ruto. Everyone says Kalenjin are bad, Kalenjin are this and that. Ukienda mahali na wewe unasema wewe ni keep, watu wanaanza kuangalia in a very funny way. Is that not profiling? They're also being profiled a lot. Hata mimi, I have Kalenjin friends who are very afraid to come out to go some places and say they are Kalenjin.
Really?
Yes. Because watu watasema nyinyi ndio mtarudisha Ruto. And you see the people who support Ruto wamekuwa kitomwa. You remember the alichomwa na maji.
You know, I don't understand whether that was entirely true. Was
personally,
it really entirely true that somebody alichomwa kwa sababu ya kusupport?
I don't think so.
But
But
imagine,
I have told you, if we are not careful, our politicians are going to do us that.
Yeah.
We are not careful as a country.
Yeah, because I don't know, but it is also very insensitive to say that that Matthew Gachagua and co are, you know, taking this thing out of proportion. You know, because the way Matthew is talking about it, he's like it's a Magedon. These people are here to finish us.
No.
He's even coming and saying that you must go and hire private security. It's in the video. It is in the video.
Yeah.
Go and hire private security to take care of your shamba, of your door, of your ward, because the government has completely abandoned you. And I think that to an extent it creates a lot of panic within people.
Unnecessary.
And that's where they are going to benefit. Because in politics, you always have divide and rule.
You create fear,
creating
and
fear.
you appear to be like you are the one who is bringing the solution.
So get out. Everybody get out and vote out Ruto.
Yes.
If we are 8 million strong, we are all coming out.
You see, they also don't care about tribalism. Methu and co don't care about tribalism because they're also using that card and they know it. The small person mwenye anaambiwa we are being targeted, hajui ati this is politics because Methu and Gachagua are politicians. Ruto is a politician. They are going to use everything in their arsenal to do whatever they can to win. Ruto is using it and they are also using it. So Ruto is not the only person who is using tribalism to win the 2027 election. They're also using it. Wanajaribu kurali the Kikuyu community, your support, so that in 2027 they are all one.
So still on tribal, the tribal card, tribal card. So many times, Gen Zs came out and said they are tribalists. I remember that time. You remember?
It has come to the surface that's a lie.
So like somebody the other day told me that if there are people who are so tribal, they are the Gen Zs. You are a Gen Z.
Yeah, it's true.
You are tribal.
No, me, I'm not tribal. I try not to be tribal, but a lot of Gen Zs are.
But you've heard what she has been saying here.
That?
She's been saying that us lawyers, we have
no,
been...
No, I'm saying we
is
have...
Is that the tribal we're talking about?
No, not really that. Not really that. But you can tell.
I can tell.
She's talking. I think we need to differentiate identity and tribalism.
Yes,
because she's talking about identity. I think she's talking about identity more than she's talking about tribalism.
The tribalism thing.
You see, because for example, Mimi, when I was growing up in Kisumu, I was like really taught to be tribal against other tribes. And even when you are being taught, there is a way we call Kalenjins, Jolango. Jolango is not entirely a very good word. You know, it's like mwache. We call lawyers mwache. And it's not in good taste, actually. Okay? Then we call Kikuyus Atwara, people of the potatoes. It's not really... So, like, for example, you were being told stories of how evil Kikuyus are. Evil! Like, you shake hands and you count your fingers when you remove. You understand? And what I have realized in this country is that a lot of people still live in the rurals. And those stereotypes are still very active. And you just need to, even if they are going mute, you just need to activate them. Like you will see many Kikuyus and the mentality they have against the Luos. That these are people who can't do business. These are people who are always spending. These are people who don't know how to make money. And these are people who are this and that.
They don't think about the future.
Yeah, then they're just buying big phones. They're just buying big houses. They're just buying big cars. Shiny things. Come zile za root. You know, and it's always there. They're always telling me that. Even girls are now saying, get me a Luo man. Why? It is very tribal. Because they know hapo ndo wanaenda kunyoa kila kitu.
Kunyoa?
Yes, kutoa.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of women in this country really want to date Luos. Why? Because they say that Luos are easy to manipulate. They give a toti, jabe, and all these shenanigans. The other day there is another girl that was telling me, you are not a proper Luo.
You are stingy.
Yes, you are not a proper Luo.
Stingy, yes.
You know, why should I work on my stuff and then just go give you rounds of beer and milkshake? Kwende huko kabisa.
I think the tribe that is not Luyas are not very tribal. Actually. Yeah. We are not brought up to be tribal.
To hate other tribes.
Yes, we are very hospitable. So tukiangalia mambo ya tribalism, hata hizo majina yanasema, I think the only people wenye wako na a name ni wa Kikuyu, wao wanaitwa Avaseve. Lakini
Avaseve meaning what?
I don't really know, but this is the history of the name.
Yeah.
Kitambo, it was coined for Masais before colonization, because Masais were warriors na walikuwa wanakuja kusumbua huko sana. Yeah. So ikakuwa Masai and then now Kikuyus wakachukua. So I think that is the only hiyo majina nyumoko ukisema we have for outside people. So you cannot claim that I'm tribal.
I'm just talking about the Gen Zs. The Gen Zs, of course, they are following what
the Gen Zs are. But talking about
and again,
Ebola.
Wait a minute. Again, also, I've also seen what the politicians are trying to tell the young people. See, the young people came out and said that we are tribeless. But now the politicians, they have come and told you politics is local.
And by local, you think they mean tribal?
Of course.
Identity.
Yes, identity and all that brought together.
Yeah.
So now, so a young person, of course, is told that even if in town you're moving, they're saying that you are not tribal, nini. At the end of the day, you must vote for your person. It's your person who is going to bring you developments.
Yeah.
You understand? So we come back to the tribal card again.
Yeah.
Like Northeastern people cannot get developments because they've not voted for their own person. The Kamba people, they cannot get developments because they did not vote for a Kamba leader.
Yeah.
So, but I think as a country, we need just to move away from that.
We have a video for Ebola. You have it. Yeah, you can play it. So there is the issue of Ebola, whereby the courts have stopped it, but I think Kenyan government is saying, okay, sisi tumeanza safari imeondoka, sisi tunaenda. Hebu play it.
And Honorable Speaker, under the Public Health Act, we don't need to do public participation. We are not going to consult citizens. Even members of parliament here, when they fall sick, they rush to their doctor to make sure they get the best treatment. So this epidemic does not require any consultation. Tomorrow, God forbid, if Ebola is found in this country, this house will call me back here to this chair to ask me why Kenyans dying. So before Kenyans die, before Kenyans are infected, we as a government have a moral, constitutional responsibility to protect both Kenyans and other people who are non-Kenyans who live within our border or who transit within our country. Honorable Speaker, on Laikipia Airways is one of the 23.
Yeah, so I don't know about, I've really been thinking about this Ebola issue. And one of the things that I keep wondering is, well, there are two issues here. The preparedness of this country to fight Ebola as a highly contagious disease. Then there is the second issue of Americans getting patients from the Congo to Kenya. I don't know, Vaj, have you thought about differentiating those two issues? Like, for example, we would not be having a problem if the American government were actually building a lab for us in this country and not bringing Americans to it. Would we have a problem?
I don't think we'll have a problem with that, though because of politicization of issues in Kenya, some people might have a problem with that because of loans. They will think that we'll have made bad deals for that to be brought here. But I also think this is just a case of developed countries using developing countries in a very bad way because we are poor. Because I believe the first deal was that that quarantine center will be used for Americans only. People from other nationalities will not be in that quarantine center. And then the Kenyan government was negotiating for people from other nationalities and even Kenyans to come to that quarantine center, which I think is a good thing. If we don't have a quarantine center here in Kenya right now, we cannot be well prepared. So as much as there's a lot of politicization of it, nimekaa chini nikafikiria nikaona it's good if the center is developed here in Kenya, because now we will get a chance to go there if we get sick, that is.
Okay. But then there is the shipping of Americans here. What do you think about that? And one of the questions people are asking is that why don't they set up the Ebola center, the Ebola lab or Ebola quarantine center in the Congo?
There is a story that Larry Modo was doing on Congo, Ebola in Congo, and most people in Congo were attacking the quarantine centers that were set up because there was a lot of restriction on the people, especially if someone has died. They were not being allowed to bury their loved ones in the way that they have always done. That's a matter of culture. And so there was a lot of hostility there. And then we also have to remember that Congo, there's always war going on in Congo, especially the northeastern north part of Congo. So it's not very ideal to build a quarantine center there because of the circumstances right now in Congo.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Tricia?
First of all, I think this is the Ebola thing did not just start yesterday. We had these cases before. And you remember the first case in around 1976 in Congo. But you realize at that time up to date, we have never had any confirmed case of Ebola in our country, by the way. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not even one.
Is it that not even tested?
One. No, but
Kenya wote wenye wanakufanga na tujui chenye imewaua.
No, but according to the Ministry of Health. Do
you think the government can actually know what somebody suffering from Ebola? The Kenyan government, they have the capacity to know that this person is suffering from Ebola.
Why not? We have because the other days they were saying that they are testing people.
Where? Have you been tested?
I've not been tested because I've not been suspected. I've not been suspected to have Ebola. But remember that other time when their Ebola was so high in Congo that other time, and they have tested people, and no one has ever been confirmed to be positive in our country. So we thank God for that, first of all.
Okay.
Even owing in mind that we interact so much with people from Congo in terms of business, in terms of family, in terms of transportation, all that. We interact so much with those people. So coming back to the choice of Kenya as a place whereby America saw that it's a strategic place. They can put this quarantine facility. First, we must admit to the fact that Kenya in East Africa, in terms of stability, Kenya is much ahead, unlike this other country compared to Uganda, Tanzania, and all those other places. Again, also looking at the relationship that our country, Kenya, has with the US. I remember people started, when we heard about the reports that that facility is going to be erected in that place, you remember people started saying that Ruto has signed things, the current president is signing things without consultation. And then now, reports came out that there was an agreement.
Patricia's mic is off. They are saying that Patricia's mic is off. Is it really off?
It's not off.
Huh?
No, it is actually. Why is it blinking red? Yes, red.
Let Kevin come and check your mic. Kevin, come and check the mic if it is. It's blinking red. Ni wewe umeifinya. Ni wewe umeifinya.
All along?
No. Just because
I have not even touched.
Yes, no worries. We are not blaming you. Bunga manze, bunga. Yeah, sorry for that. I think something, you can touch it without knowing. Actually. Yes, you can touch it without knowing. If you touch it, Vibaya, you... It's... Okay, let's...
Anyway, speaking about Ebola, before you finish, I also think because from where I come from Trans Nzoia County, and it's very near Uganda. And whenever we have had cases in the past about Ebola, there were so many cases in Uganda. And so we were always very worried about Ebola coming.
Is it back on? We want to make sure that it's back on.
1, 2. Are we good?
Okay. Thank you. Okay. People of the internet, let us know if Tricia's, kuna watu hapa one time wanakuzimia mic. Bado audio yake, I can deliver some good mics. We don't want your mics. But deliver of the mics, bro.
Yeah,
that is fun. Actually, Big Ted brought me. It's there?
I saw today.
Yeah.
He was around.
Yeah, Big Ted brought us some great mics today. We'll be testing them.
Yes.
So yeah, is she back on? Iko sawa. Wanasema iko sawa. All right, great. You were saying something, yeah?
Well, I can't remember.
Somebody saying not yet.
Oh, not yet.
All good, clear. Imerudi. Very good. You were talking about. You were just basically saying that as Kenyans you were talking about the lab actually. Strategic. Kenya is a strategic country, and so on and so forth. But if you have forgotten, let us go to what Trump said. Let us go to what Trump says.
Should Americans be concerned about Ebola?
I'm concerned about everything, but certainly am. I think that it's been confined right now to Africa, but it's something that has had a breakout. I could ask Bobby or Oz to say a couple of words about it if you'd like.
Ebola, if Kenya does end up blocking the U.S. quarantine facility there, and it seems like they might since the Kenyan courts are delaying it, where will Americans who have been exposed end up going? And then why can't they just come to the United States? I mean, I think you would probably agree that the U.S. has pretty good health care here. So where will they go, and why not to the U.S.?
Jennifer, the main issue with having a facility close to the Democratic Republic of the Congo is if a patient is sick. Again, I'll speak as a heart doctor. I want to take the patient to the OR that's right next door to the room they're sick in, not to the building next to them, or to 3 buildings 2 blocks away, because that time is precious to us. You have a golden hour in many of these instances around trauma, but for illnesses, it's also relatively short. So we are confident, and the State Department's working on this diligently, that they're going to be able to work out something with Kenya. There has already been a fair amount of communication around this issue. We have and that's about it. There's a UK base there. We have other people who might be willing to welcome us, and we have our German colleagues as well. So there's many places we can send folks, but sending them across the world, especially when we're not sure what's going on with them, is probably not the way.
All right, great. So that is the issue that is happening there. Trump has been asked about Ebola and he's saying that he's very happy that now it's been contained in Africa. It is not coming to the US. And then the lady is also saying that they have talked with Germany and Germany has agreed to have some. And I think that was a very big ploy for them not to talk about the fact that Kenya is actually, because they have seen the heat in Kenya, and I think they're just saying that, look, let us not talk about Kenya here, let's talk about Germany. And then Germans come out and say, no.
We don't want
there is nobody. No, they were saying that they have already gone there. Yeah. And Germans were like, what? They're shocked. No. Because Germans were like, hello, what is going on? Have you brought Americans here with Ebola? And the German government quickly said, no, this is true. But Trump is used to lying, and Trump and his administration are just a bunch of liars.
They're like
sometimes you don't.
They're like Ruto.
Sometimes you also don't want to take Trump serious, by the way.
But we
Also
should
the
take him
statements that
seriously.
he
We should take him
usually
seriously.
makes. Yes, by the statements that he
Yeah.
makes, sometimes you
Do we have the
wonder.
video for Kisumu? We have the video for Kisumu? Yeah, I think let's go to Kisumu. Yeah.
Why do you want us to go to Kisumu and we are not done with Ebola?
Okay, let's go on with Ebola kidogo. Let's go on with Ebola. I thought we had talked about it and it was done.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah, I thought so. But do you want to say something? Maybe you want to say something. That's fine. Well, there is a question that you want to ask?
I don't even know where I was, but I remember I was talking about the agreement that
yes, go ahead.
That our country had done with the U.S. Government, which of course was renewed in 2022 for a period of 7 years. And in that agreement, that framework, of course, they were talking about the issues of biosecurity and health threats surveillance, and the strengthening of Kenya's ability to detect, monitor, and respond to infectious disease outbreaks, cooperation in laboratory systems, disease surveillance, and emergency response. So for me, when I sit down and look at the whole issue of Ebola, there are some questions that we also need to ask ourselves, like as a country and even Africa in general. Up to this moment, how would you rate the level of preparedness for this kind of emergencies and diseases in Africa in general?
I don't know. Africa is very interesting. It's a very interesting place to be at. And I think that even the reason, the other day my wife was supposed to fly to Italy, and she put in a visa application, and they didn't just care. Like the date just came and they didn't care. They didn't even send her passport. So she was supposed to go on Sunday, and they didn't give her her passport by Friday, and they just went on holiday. And her passport is still there to date.
And she's supposed to travel.
She supposed to have traveled on Sunday, but her passport is still at the embassy. You know? And the same thing happens to the US embassy. It happens everywhere. Like if you're an African and you want to engage with Europe or America, then you're just treated as that. You understand? They don't care. I think the amount of visa denial at the US embassy is about 80%. And it is very condescending when you go there to look for a passport.
Yes.
And like, who are you and where are you going? You know.
How long are you going to
The
stay
last
there?
time I was going to Europe, I went and refused to. I demanded my passport back from the embassy of Norway, and I told them, you have to return my passport now and the money that I applied for. And my wife thought I was crazy.
No, you are not crazy.
You know,
I need more people.
Yes,
like you.
and I told them, I'm demanding for my passport. You are in my country, and you have to give me my passport now, or you're giving me the visa. So they asked me to talk to another lady there, and I told that African colleague of mine, African person that was talking, I said, you have no powers. Why are you talking to me about the visa? Give me one of those white men to talk to. You know, and when she received the phone, when the other white man actually came to the phone, I asked him, look, you are Norwegian. You're deep in Norway, let's say Oslo, and you're supposed to travel to Kenya. And 2 days before you travel, you don't even know what you're telling your family. Okay? You don't even know that you are going to Kenya. Like you've kept me for 2 weeks waiting for a passport. And he's like, no, the person on the other side has not told us whether they have actually invited you. I say, yes, fine, but why are you not telling me? So give me my passport and my money, because at this point you have not actually processed it. You know? And then he told me that I am being rowdy. I say, yes, I am being very, very rowdy. you know, and I'm not having any appetite of going to your country anymore. And he told me, go to Village Market and wait for your passport. You'll be called in the next 45 minutes. And guess what? The guys gave me a visa in 45 minutes.
If you were not rowdy.
Yes, they would not have given me. Yes. The other time I was at the German embassy, and these ladies just asking me questions one after the other to confuse me. I looked at this girl and I'm like, look, slow down. You're in Africa. Slow down. You see, so what I'm saying is, before you get involved, is that the only reason why we have been disrespected by everybody around the world is because our government has disrespected us first.
Our governments,
yes,
Africa.
There is no way, as a child, somebody is going to disrespect you if they respect your father. They do not. If they respect your father, they are not going to disrespect you.
Sure.
So we have people like Ruto who are just signing things all over the place. They don't care what the people are saying. They don't mind. They don't give a hoot. Okay. Somebody like Uhuru steals billions and is now here in Northlands drinking uji. Here in Northlands, and he's taken all our money. He's drinking it somewhere around here. You see, and nothing is happening to him. This girl is very jittery about this conversation.
I actually agree with you. I'm always very concerned at the level of uninterested or the way Kenyan or African leaders are. They do not care when they go to other countries and they see how developed those countries are. They just don't want their country to be
Uhuru went to school in the United States. I don't know where. I don't know where he went. But he just comes to Nairobi, and Nairobi is full of litter and drainage system problems, and they don't care. And so they fly with these things. So the thing is, in Africa, you are always on your own. And this is the problem that I think Kenyans and Africans have not realized, that they are on their own. They do not demand anything. That is why people are always asking me, are you 2-term or 1-term? And I'm like, so let's start with Ruto. Okay, so what is he about? Okay, let's go to Methu. Who is Methu?
What is 1-term?
Okay, so then you go to this other guy called Gachagua. So who is Gachagua? Then you go to this guy called Kalonzo Musyoka. So who is he? Then you go to Sifuna. Again, I mean, come on.
And the most unfortunate thing is all of them, even the 1-term guys, if they get government, they're not going to do anything. It's just going to be business as usual.
So my point was, I was just asking, like, how prepared are we for these kind of pandemics? If, let's say, now we have such cases confirmed in our own country here, it's not a prayer. How prepared are we as a country? And this now brings us to the question. You remember at that time when Trump took over the power in America?
Yeah.
And do you remember when he stopped this issue of funding us? You remember that time?
They stopped it because Trump was saying, in fact, when Trump talked about that, it reminded me of something.
Yes.
That happened to me in a restaurant. We were with one white man and a group of other Africans. So this guy said he's Dutch. He told everybody where we were saying, you guys are hungry. Let's go and eat. All right? And we went to Java. Now watu wakakula. And in their head, they thought the guy was going to pay.
Why?
You know.
You said he was Dutch.
Yes. So this guy eats a sandwich for 750. Wengine wako na pork ya 1890, wengine sijui wako na nini, wamekula bili imekuja 11,300. And the guy had 1,000 in his wallet. Alichomoa akaweka kwa meza.
Akalipa yake.
Yes, and the guy was closest to him was like, dude.
Why will they assume?
This is 100,000. this is 1,000. And so what am I saying here is that we have always wanted the white men to do things for us. Mm-hmm. Why has USAID been here for this long? Mm-hmm. Why has USAID been here for this long?
Yes.
What is it doing? Yeah. When they left this country, even people who are having ARVs could not afford ARVs. Like the entire health system of communicable diseases, vaccines, everything, all those things was left in the hands of the white.
You know, we are classical poor people.
You know, by the way, there is an NGO called CAFOD UK. I don't know if you know CAFOD UK. CAFOD UK belongs to the Catholic Church. And CAFOD UK actually gives money in silver coins back in their country. That money comes to Africa. And the head of CAFOD is in a V8, so big. And their office and where they live and all those things. From coins, from the United Kingdom. And you're like, Sisi, Yani, we can't just do these things. So even women in leaders, your own women in leaders, they are terrible.
Our own women in leaders.
They are terrible. Look at Gladys Wanga.
All politicians are
terrible.
Just terrible.
Look at this one in Nakuru. This one that went to give birth in the United States. Terrible. Go to this Mavoko one. What is she called? One Vinyandeti. Terrible.
Why do you expect women leaders to be any better? when we live in this same society?
Because they are mothers. Because they are mothers.
There's nothing against mothers.
Every leader.
There is nothing like mothers.
There's nothing like. They are all just terrible people.
So Jagero,
it doesn't matter.
My reason of bringing in this issue of us still depending on the US, and that is the reason why I tend to believe that Ruto just saw like if as a country, if as a country we say no, it feels like the US is going to withdraw some support. And remember that also the issue of that health agreement that was signed earlier, was it last year or late last year? That is December 2025. So I think it's just a collection of issues that are putting our president in a dilemma as we speak, because there are concerns, there are genuine concerns with the Kenyans that we are importing Ebola in our country. There are concerns of the safety of the people in the area where these facilities are being put. Remember, it's not only in Nanyuki. Remember, he said there are 22 of these kind of facilities that we will be having in our country.
22 of them?
Yes. So it's not...
Look, for me, I have no problem with Ebola centers being in Kenya. I'm just having a problem with the context.
Yes.
Would the US have, do you think the US would have built this 22 if their people were not being affected by Ebola?
No, they will not.
Now, question number 2. Why has Kenya not built those things? Because we have the money to build those things.
We want to
why is it that we are relying on Americans to build as our labs? You go to China here and you tell Chinese that you want to build a lab for Ebola. They will build it for you. But Ruto and Duale is always like, no, let us work with our partners. What is Kenya building in Texas? If we had so much of partners. Can we go to Kisumu and talk about,
Before you go, don't also forget about the political influence that the US has
the political influence we have.
That has always had in our country.
Yes, they have had a lot of political influence, but at some point, you figure out how to... this shenanigans do not happen in Rwanda. By the way, Kagame does not allow that kind of shenanigans. He does not. And he tells them off every day in press conferences. Kagame wakes up and you talk about him. France does not even talk to him. He told them, if it is language that you think we are speaking, we are going to strike it off our curriculum. And he did.
Because we don't have
French is no longer, Rwanda is no longer French.
You have a lot to lose.
Rwanda is not a French-speaking country anymore. It is now speaking English. Yes. Because he told the French, if you think it is your language, then we will strike it off our syllabus. And he did. And he's always very, very careful. He's very selfish with his country, Kagame. He's a dictator, but he's very selfish with his country.
That's how we should all be.
That is how we should all be. The problem is that Ruto is claiming that he loves Kenya so much.
He's too greedy. He's just greedy.
And look at this. Let's go to Kisumu. Hakuna kitu ya Kisumu hao jamaa. Hey, hiyo kitu iko bwana. Hiyo kitu iko. I gave it to Peter to give it to you. You find it. Anyway, people of the internet, Sovash, Wanga and ODM. I was sent a message when I was in Mombasa. Nilitumiwa screenshot. Pesa ikipewanwa. Your mobilization about 2,000 Kenya shillings, but who cares?
Everybody.
So I think that what do you think about ODM in Kisumu? By the way,
I think they did a fantastic job.
They did a fantastic job.
There were so many people in their rally, and everyone in that rally was in branded merchandise, which is good because even Gachagua does his rally, and everyone there is always in branded merchandise.
Okay.
So they are sending a message that ODM is strong. We are not going anywhere. We are good. Yeah.
What do you think?
You know, I'll also point at the 2,000 shillings. You see, when you've been given 2,000 shillings, of course you must be in uniform. Yeah.
Yeah,
you must be in uniform. But again, I just want to look at ODM in general. Of course, we've seen the journey of ODM during that time when Baba was still alive, up to this moment, up to that moment when, let me say, is it kicked out Sifuna or what? Decent voices in the party. So up to this moment, and I want to believe that what ODM are trying to answer with this kind of rallies that they are doing is that ODM can still stay united even after Raila Odinga. They are trying to prove a point that ODM can still stick together. Yeah, they are also trying to.
Where are they going though? With their togetherness?
We don't even know. I think they are going to 2027. Not really. They are just going to 2027, and they are also trying to. They are also trying to come to the people and explain to them why they chose to join hands with the
government.
With the government, they are just trying to justify why we are in government, and of course, trying to see whether they can push and. They push for, I mean, I don't know, that power when it comes to 2027 in terms of negotiation.
Yeah.
It's something that they are trying to because remember, Sifuna was there sometimes, you understand? You also saw crowds. And of course, they will be going back again. You'll still see crowds. You understand? So now the question is, because we have seen so many people following Sifuna. Same as those who still remained in the original ODM. But again, you can't be assured that these are votes that ODM is going to give UDA come 2027.
The votes.
Yes.
It is. I think Luoland is undergoing a serious rebirth. And for a long time, the Luo people, including myself, we have been, in the shadows of the grandfather to Vashti, and that is Raila Amolo Odinga. And well, everybody knows in this podcast that I'm not a big fan of Raila Odinga because of my serious underlying issues with the Odinga family and most of the Luo leaders. I don't really endear myself to the Luo leaders because I think they have been largely very dubious with the Luo people, and the Luo leaders have always used our name to their own personal gain and building their own wealth, which you expect from politicians. But I think that in as far as the Nilotes of the lake are concerned, those are the Luos coming from the Nilotes, we have never really benefited from our leaders in a proper way. And I think a lot of people are coming out and saying, look, Raila is now gone and we want to chart our own path. And I think the reason why there is a lot of panic within the ODM ranks is the fact that with the death of Raila, suddenly you are in a very tight spot. Because people just, the other day when we were in Mombasa, the gentleman that treated us to coffee at the Nyali Golf Club, he's telling me that the first time he saw Raila Odinga, he cried. When Raila Odinga came to the coast and he was just ahead of him. And he was telling me this crazy story. We were not with you, but the first time we met with him at Java Nyali, he told me that he did not go to school. He dropped out in class 8. Okay, and he was a conductor at the coast. And at some point he was even living in the streets. So I'm illustrating to you how serious Raila's influence was. And he was telling me that at some point he was very close to, he was one of the boys that were close to Joho. You understand? So this time round, Raila was at the coast.
I know that person, yes.
You know the coast, the guy. So Raila was at the coast, and Joe sent him to go and set up a table for Raila. And there was a photographer. And so Raila was holding one end of the table, and he was holding the other end of the table. And they were trying to do this to see if the table is actually stable. And there were several pictures taken. And then after that, they went and stood around, and he was just like next to Raila. Like the proximity was too close, and he was trying to tell some people to do something. So, and then there was another picture taken, and another one, okay? And he's telling me that after that picture, he became a politician and somebody that everybody wants to talk to at the coast. And that is how he started building. Like, so people were even calling him to, if you can take me to Raila. You understand? Yes. And that is how he started his political brokering. And now he's such a huge person at the coast. So that is how powerful Raila was. When you look at the positives of what Raila can do to you as an individual and what the influence that Raila had. Now think about the negative also. It comes in equal measure. You understand? You understand? So those are the things. So what happened in Luo Nyanza was that Raila mentioning your name before people was an unbelievable, political capital. You could do amazing things. People that were close to Raila did amazing things because aspiring governors will look for you. The aspiring MPs will look for you. MCs will look for you. We have people even from Nyakachi trying to hire a plane to go fetch Raila in Nairobi. You see? And therefore it meant that if you were very close to Raila, then it means that you don't even have to vote. People like Orengo who are now gallivanting here and shouting at the top of their voices, never used to vote, did nothing. And when you see somebody like Orengo saying that Ruto is bad, you are looking at Orengo and you are shocked. I mean, who can be better than you? You're useless. They are saying that he's a walking constitution. But what does he build from Seme? I don't know where he's coming from. It's really bad. Okay, you go to all these people, they're not nice at all. You see, but now suddenly Raila dies, and they're like, how do we now come together and form that force again? And I think that is why they are trying to do Linda Ground. Yes. Okay.
Linda Ground or Linda? I think Linda Wananchi.
They started with Linda Wananchi is for Sifuna.
Yeah, I'm saying Sifuna, yes. The populist version of ODM is the Linda Wananchi, and where Orengo is coming from.
Yes.
Linda Ground.
But Linda Ground, so they started Linda Ground, and then I think Sifuna started doing the Linda Wananchi thing. Yes. Okay. So I think that the idea of ODM is just trying to restructure itself after, and trying to tell the people that, look, we used to be elected because we were close to Raila, but now we are on our own. How do we make sure that these parties, and that is why they're even afraid of zoning. Because they know, the other guy came to our podcast and saying that we are afraid of zoning because if we are left with Ruto is going to sweep us out of existence.
Ruto is a good politician.
Yeah, Ruto is a good politician. Even Ted told me that Ruto is somebody who wakes up at 3 to figure out how to win something. And he never loses.
And it seems like he will win.
It seems like he will win.
If people are not careful, he's going to win.
But you see,
which people are you saying?
People in the opposition.
In the opposition, yeah.
When Ruto is going to go, Ruto is going to the people who still don't care about the internet.
Yes.
He goes and comes there in Kwale for 4 days, talking to the people of Kwale the language they understand, so that he can get those. Then he goes to
Northeastern.
And anapiga picha na farasi na ngamia.
One-on-one.
You understand? So it means na huyu jamaa yako Gachagua na peta mdomo hapa sijui anafanya nini. He's not doing anything serious.
Still,
and if Gachagua wins his impeachment trial, he's going to want to be the president. And Kalonzo also wants to be the president.
Yes, but Kalonzo wants to be the president.
So the opposition,
and maybe I am telling you here and now, if Gachagua wins in court, ati awachie Kalonzo,
hawezi.
Awachie Matiang'i, hawezi. Awachie.
That's why I am of the opinion, of the point that if, like, there's no way that Gachagua is going to lose that case. Gachagua is going to win that
if
case.
I was Ruto, I would
because
make him
I tend to think that this is a strategy by the president, that you guy, because he knows him very well, that Gachagua will not listen to anyone in opposition because he feels like he has the numbers. You understand? He feels like he's there. Look at how he positions himself. Even in during most of these things when they happen, you'll always rush.
Well, alileta ile kitu yake ya kuongea kwa Kalonzo.
But even when they were in the UK, he said
so most of
they have 5-point-something million votes. And then there's another one with 3-point-something million votes. So if they are choosing a presidential candidate, mbona waache this person with 3 million
Metu
votes?
said.
Yes. They have talked about that issue for a long time.
Gachagua himself, so he's trying to insinuate that you guys, if anything happens,
weka number yetu ya call, people of the internet, you can call us. You just a minute. People of the internet, you can now call us so that we can hear a little bit of what you have to say about this thing. You have talked about Ebola, we have talked about UDM, we have talked about a few other things. The first conversation that we had was very long. I don't know what it was about. Was it about Ebola? No, I think Ebola came later.
Tribalism.
We are talking about tribalism. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, because people know very well that if today Gachagua wins that case, he will not give anyone that opportunity to be the presidential candidate of the united opposition. He will go to the ballot.
It will not be a united opposition.
So for now they are calling themselves united. But if he wins that case, it will no longer be united opposition, because I see.
So where will Kalonzo go?
Now, what we really don't know.
They say he's a watermelon, so he might go back to Ruto.
Or he might be a candidate and take Matiang'i.
But assuming now we
as
have
his running mate.
Yes, and
we
then
have
Gachagua
these
takes
three. Look, I saw even Sifuna in that rally also saying that if we decide it's Kalonzo Musyoka we are going to support, we will rally behind him.
Who is we?
The united opposition. I saw the people who were there, the Kina Orengo, all those people, they were in that rally.
But Sifuna is naive.
Rally. Yes.
Sifuna is naive. Sifuna is naive to raw politics. I think Sifuna is pretty naive to what he's talking about. He doesn't know really what happens when power is on the line. Because as Odhiambo has always said here, that you do not allow anybody to be president if you can be president.
I'm always wondering this Funa anataka nini?
Yes.
Aseme kitu anataka saa hizi.
Because it's very difficult. Because hakuna serikali ya pembe mbili. Wewe kama hujawin. So anything that we have agreed on, I can give you or I might not give you. Utanifanyia nini?
Nothing.
People of the internet, you can call us and share your opinion with us. I hope that we are looking at the internet and seeing that everything is okay. There is nobody making noise about sound.
No.
You know, somebody tried calling us and then there is an incoming call. Yes, but people are calling us with WhatsApp. Please, people of the internet, if you can call us through the normal line, we will really, really appreciate. These other lines, the WhatsApp is really bad. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you in that studio?
We are good.
We are very, very good. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Eve. I wanted to say like this. I like actually you just played it because what I can see it's true. Sifuna is like he has to tell us what he needs. Kama anataka Christian, kama hataki jua. Sometimes ako hajielewi kabisa. But what we need as like Gen Z.
What's up?
Mkubalia, no problem. But Gachagua anaenda hapo. Sisi hatutaki Gachagua. Gachagua to the same mix.
Mbona hutaki Gachagua jameni? Mbona hutaki Gachagua?
Hebu nikuulize sasa tutaondoaje Ruto? Tunaweka Gachagua ni kama kutoa hiyo mayai oza, tuna replace na mayai yenye imeoza. Hiyo ndio imeoza kabisa. Unaona? Sasa hiyo hatuwezi kubali. Alafu it's true. Hii mambo ya Sifuna kusema atio tutaunga Rigathi ama aende wapi. Unajua wanaume lazima ujipange, ujione unaweza. Kama unajiweza wengine wataona kweli uko na hiyo nguvu. Lakini kama unaanza kujishukushuku unaona huyu itakuwa hivi lakini ajui. But what I want also to
Okay. Thank you very much. I think she's saying
we
that
are losing her.
Yeah, she's saying that we need to. There is a gentleman that was trying to call. Let me try to call and see if it is not working because somebody else is calling. I think somebody is. Hello, how are you? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes, I'm Ajoga calling you from Nairobi.
Okay.
So there are issues that you talked about. Initially, you guys were talking about tribalism, and I want to say currently the tribal card has already been laid out, and all the politicians, both in the opposition and in the government, all of them have resorted to the tribal card. If you listen to the Ruto's camp, think people are doing the tribal thing. If you look at the Gachagwa's camp, they're doing the thing. If you look at the Linda ground part, moving to Kisumu, talking about the people that they're no longer going to be going to the streets, that tells you that this is something that already has kicked in. So it's not like we are going there; we are already there.
Okay.
On the second issue about,
I want to stay with you on this issue of tribalism.
Yes.
What do you think about it? Because yes, you said that Ruto is talking about it, Gachagua is talking about it, but as a Kenyan, do you think that there are several parts of this country that have been marginalized, as Tricia has said? Do you think that it is time we had an honest conversation about it, or do you think that we should actually have this conversation when things are quiet and not when we are going for elections?
Yes. Now, there are three things that probably as Kenyans we don't understand. Number one, that most parts of this country still are not internet connected. So this one-term, two-term thing probably is not so much into the villages. When you go to Todonyang, when you go to various places in Garissa, when you go to Lowland, Ndani huko Imbo, when you go to in Mount Elgon, sometimes people do not understand this one term, two term, and this particular thing. So you will find that the language those people will understand mostly is Mutu wetu. If you go to those very deep areas in Nyeri, Muranga, they will still see that, you know what, the laws are in government, we are not in government, and they will still follow those leaders who are saying that. But again, what we can do as a country is the only people who can get out of these things is the politicians themselves. There is one thing that I don't like about Kenya, that we worship politicians to an extent that we are able to listen to politicians than even our religious leaders or even musicians. Unaweza pata hapa town, BN is walking around, people are like hi, but when Moses Kuria comes in, people are now, they want to listen to him and everything. So those particular kind of thing, the worshipping thing has been there. But again, I also want to agree with what Vash said, that there are also been that marginalization, whereby it is called systemic marginalization, whereby particular regions, like for example in Luos, we were being told what were opposition. And you can remember very well there was a time that people loved Raila to be in opposition than in government. In fact, even the people from Central were saying, sisi tunapenda huyo jamaa akiwa opposition. But when he was running for office, people don't like it. Now look at when people are going to buy things in Isili. People would go buy things in Isili because they're cheap. But when it comes to now looking at other issues, now they are now terrorists. So Kenyans now resort when now it is them versus the others. But generally, it is a conversation we need to have as a country. But again, I also want to agree with what you said. There's a difference between tribalism and identity. I love Luo music. There are also people who love Kikuyu music. But that particular love of the culture should not seep into the political arena. To an extent now we say that now we are now these particular people and we need not to know the other people.
All right.
Otherwise, thank you. I'm a fan. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, he's just going away when the other guy was calling. Thought he would call.
By the way, I agree with him that tribalism or political tribalism should not make us leave our ethnicity, our culture as rules.
Hello?
We should all celebrate it.
Hello, how are you? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Jagero, this is Odhiambo from Kakamega. Say hi to Vash.
Yeah, Vash is looking amazing. Today he has decided to go with a natural hair. So all is looking good.
say hi to the other guest. Eh?
Yeah, the other guest is called Tricia.
Okay, I wish today you'd invited me. I could have interjected a few things there, but let me comment on a few things.
Okay.
Number one, Jagero, we've all agreed with you here in Political Edek that as much as we want to castigate Kikuyus for the development and the good roads and the what,
yes,
then we must appreciate the thing that came in on the new trend constitution, which brought up the issue of devolution. Devolution came so that we could devolve resources so that people could not only look at the president. Remember, it was initially the president and all these resources were centrally placed.
Okay.
Now we have the governors, which are subjected to a budget from the national government, whether the president like that county or not, they must be given their own share. And if we go back to Luo Nyanza, we can see what did Akuba do in Homa Bay in the first 10 years he was there. What did Akuba do in Homa Bay? What did Nani do? Obado did in Migori. What did Rasanga do in Siaya? Collectively, Luo Nyanza has been behind. We cannot blame people in Kiambu. Look at what Matangi is doing in Kiambu. You are Odhiambo's friend. We call him Professor Nyong'o. Kisumu is being led by the most learned people, but it is the poorest county in terms of even industry. People of Kisumu are craftsmen, watu wa mkono, mjengo. There is no industry in Kisumu. There is no industry. Wale waindi wakiamua watoke Kisumu, Kisumu has no economy.
Yeah.
And we keep blaming Ruto. Do we blame Ruto? And Ruto is giving Nyong'o billions of money which Nyong'o cannot be accountable for. Nyong'o cannot say how he has spent money apart from sweeping Oginga Odinga Street, which you highly put it. Go to Chiga, go to Nyang'ande, go to Ndoro, go to Seme, even his hometown. That guy has done literally nothing. How do you blame Wamatangi for building a level 5 in Kiambu for his people? How do you blame the Irungu Kangata for mambo ya maziwa and developing? Why don't we do cotton? Why don't we do barley and we have breweries there? Why don't we do barley? Barley inafanya vizuri sana in Kano. We have rice in Kano. Do we have a proper milling company which is being organized so that we can process this? When Anne Waiguru is doing it in Kirinyaga, you want one Waiguru to come and do it in Kisumu?
Thank you very much, sir. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
All right. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Roger.
Okay.
I'm calling you from Busia County.
All right.
Yes, I wanted to contribute to the topic you guys are talking about today.
Please go ahead.
My first thing is the number one business of any government is business. Like the number one business of any government is business. Like a government that cannot create job for its youth, that cannot create industries, that is a failed government. To me, that is exactly what this Kenya Kwanza government is. Like, I hear every day watu wanatetea serikali, lakini hii serikali ni ngumu kutetea. Those are just my words. Ni ngumu kutetea hii serikali because it's like they have a first honors degree in getting everything.
All right.
Like the number one business of them should be business.
Okay, thank you very much. Somebody was on hold. Hello? I thought he was on hold and he would talk to us. You can call us again. I think there is a guy that was on hold. I don't know what has happened. Okay, maybe it's this guy. Hello?
Hello, Jacques.
Yes, how are you doing? What's your name? Where are you calling us from, brother?
This is Yokumu from Mbakazi East Republic.
Embakasi East Republic.
Yeah,
how are you doing there? How is is it raining over there?
Embakasi ni baridi tu.
Okay.
Sasa hii issue ya Northern Kenya.
Okay.
Hii mambo ya kusema ati ilikuwa imetengwa. I would like to ask that lady.
You will want to work with the lady?
Ask.
I would like to ask that lady. Kuna hapo that lady huyo Muluya mwenzangu. Since independence, hatujawahi kuwa na MPs kutoka Northeastern.
Tumekuwa na MPs from Northeastern, but we also have to understand that the way the government worked in the past before devolution was that there was a lot of centralization of power, and only the president or the presidency could allocate resources and things. Hawa watu wengine hawakuwa na a lot of power, so you cannot just say that MPs.
Just hold. Tumekuwa na na devolution. It's now how many years? Is it 13 or 10?
I think 15 years. Is it 15 years?
15 years.
15 plus.
Yes.
15 plus.
Sasa 15 plus inakaa mingi sana. Anyway, yes.
With 15 plus with the equalization fund. Sindio?
Yeah. Equalization, the fund that goes more that is added to what they have been given.
Yes.
Lakini
they have been given equalization fund. And there is county fund.
Okay.
There is CDF. And you want to tell me, since the Uhuru came into power 10 years, now 3 years of William Ruto, there's no tangible project. Lazima rais aende huko awambie sasa nimekuja nimeona vile mnataseka mpaka analia kwa podium. Ndio sasa wasaidie.
Apana, we are not making excuses for the governors of Northeastern and people from the coast. We are not making excuses for them. But we are saying whenever we are judging these issues, lazima we put them in context. And the context is the rest of Kenya has had 60 years. Tumekuwa na 60 years since independence. But na tumekuwa developed like Central Kenya. Wamekuwa wakisaidiwa sana na serikali. But they have 15 years. Kia kwanza. They have only had 15 years to catch up to us. Obviously, hawezi catch up na the rest of us in 15
how long,
years.
Madam, listen. Madam.
Yes, Anna, listen.
Kagame alichukua muda gani kutransform Rwanda?
1994, I don't know whether he has transformed it. 1994 is when he alichukua ushukani.
Yeah.
Alichukua muda gani kutransform? You are telling me 15 years is little. How long did Kagame take?
Kagame took a few years. But look, we thank you very much for contributing. We need to go and pick other calls. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, let's see somebody else. Yes, there is an incoming call. This is WhatsApp. WhatsApp inasumbua sana. Hello? Hello?
How are you, Jagero?
Oh, very well. That is very clear. What's your name and where are you calling us from, brother?
I am Joshua from Narok.
Okay.
Yes, and I was calling to weigh on some of the issues that you have been discussing there.
Yeah, we have discussed quite a number of them. We have had Ebola, we have had tribalism, we have had ODM. Which one is of interest to you this evening, sir?
Number one, on the issue of Gen Zs being tribal.
Okay.
When you compare the old and the Gen Zs now, the Gen Zs are, when you look at tribalism, it has gone down compared to what were Kitambo.
Yes.
What were Kitambo, when you go somewhere, they are the ones who ask most, wewe ni kijana nani, unaitwa nani kumbe? So as Gen Zs, that one has gone down. Number two, so we can give credit to Gen Z because that one has gone down. Number two, on the issue of Sifuna.
How are you measuring it,
Sifuna
though? How are you measuring the fact that Gen Z tribalism has gone down? Because they are saying it.
Because I'm one of the Gen Zs.
Okay. If you're one of the Gen Zs, I want to indulge you a little bit as a Gen Z.
Yes.
So, I don't know if you mind telling me which tribe you come from. Which tribe are you? What is your identity?
I am a Teso.
You're a Teso?
From Busia. Yeah, from Busia.
Okay, and what is your feeling towards the Luos? What is your feeling towards the Kikuyus? Brothers and sisters in Christ?
For me, I don't have that tribalism that much because we have lived with the Luos, we have lived with the Luyas, we have lived with the Kales from Mount Elgon.
Okay.
And that one has not been a big problem.
Okay.
So maybe for us people from Western, there is no big tribalism. But I have also stayed with the Maasais where I'm here in Narok, with the Kikuyus. Here in Narok town, we have a lot of Kikuyus and Isis. And I have gauged and seen that tribalism is going away. Despite the biggest efforts from our leaders to bring us back to tribalism, but the Gen Z are moving away from it. A big proportion of the Gen Z. Number two, on the issues of Ebola facility in Kenya, Vash has failed me today. Vash has failed me today.
What is a point of failure?
I used to respect her, but today she has failed me. Because when you talk about her, we can't all be wrong. We can't all be wrong.
Can you contextualize how she has failed you? What has she said that does not go down well with you?
Vash has said that there is nothing wrong in building the facility here in Kenya.
Okay.
Because it will help the Kenyans. But this facility is being brought here because the Ruto government has been given money, that is 1.7 billion, to it so that they can bring the USA people who have been affected with this virus. So the bigger picture is that the regime wants to bring this facility to get money and siphon it to their pockets.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Even money, that is
we need your voice a little bit down so that we can hear you. How are you? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, I'm Charles. I'm calling from Kirinyaga.
How is Kirinyaga, sir? How close is it to Laikipia, by the way, from Kirinyaga?
Kirinyaga is one county away because you'll have to go through Nyeri, then you get to Laikipia.
Forgive my geography, poor.
Yeah. So
but I want to ask, before you go on with your question, I want to ask you something. If you're coming from Kirinyaga, I have a feeling, and forgive me, if you do not want to talk about this issue, it is fine, you can say, Jagero, I don't want to talk about it. But I imagine that you're a Kikuyu, right?
Yes, I am.
What is your feeling about the country of Kenya? Do you think that now everybody thinks that we are the enemy of this country and probably we should all die? They're bringing us Ebola. They want to wipe us out of the face of the earth. Is that how you feel as a Kikuyu?
First of all, I've had the privilege. I am a Kikuyu from the Rift Valley, born and raised in Naivasha.
Okay.
So I was brought up in the presence of the Luyas, Luos, and my only discovery of tribe came in 2007.
Okay.
So, but now that I live here deep in central Kenya,
okay,
the people who have not interacted with communities from other regions have a notion that, for example, Luos are very bad.
Yes.
And you cannot tell them anything opposite from that. But for a person like myself who lived with them, I think Kenyans, we have very good communities.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the bigger population in these deep areas, you find they know not of this other community and how good they are. Because as Kenyans, we have a strong point. Kikuyus are good in business. Luos are good artisans. They are good mechanics. So there's something we can gain from either of the communities.
All right, but before you say what you wanted to say on the call, I want to ask you, I don't know if you listen to Matthew. Do you feel fearful as a Gikuyu that probably Ruto is like, okay, this guy is out to finish us? Do you feel that way as a Gikuyu?
Personally, I don't, because as they push this narrative, definitely they want to consolidate the Kikuyu and the mountain vote together.
Okay.
But now they don't have that scarecrow of Raila. How do we consolidate?
They don't have the Raila scarecrow.
Yeah, because that is what they've been selling around. So how do we make Ruto now the scarecrow? And say he's not because it's a fallacy. You come here, Bonajagero. I think this mountain region is 3/4 way to Singapore already.
Yeah.
There are roads. There are piped water. These are not people who have ever gone to the river to fetch water. Where I live in the village, I have fiber wire connected internet. And roads are being done even this very minute, but they still want to say the government is not working just because one person was kicked out of the government. It's pretty unfair. It's pretty unfair.
All right. On to what you wanted to say in finishing.
So for me, in finishing, what I can say, the government on this Ebola issue, already even the Americans themselves are afraid of it. They don't want to take sick people to their country. And imagine they have the best technology to contain and even treat. How do we manage as Kenyans when we know our technology is not as good, our share is not at the top? I think for the government, they failed us on this one, and maybe as a bargain, why don't they ask the Americans to make us Kenyans visa-free in exchange of such a big risk that we are taking for them?
All right. Thank you very much. That was a wonderful call. I really think that you got very good points there. Thank you very much. Vash, what do you think about the last caller?
I think he has very good points, and he has...
He's not the guy that said that you are tribal, no?
No, he's not. The other one was not happy with my sentiments about the Ebola quarantine center, which is okay. We live in a democratic country. We don't always have to agree. Though I feel like the issue of Ebola, people are just fearful. Even me, I'm very fearful of dying of Ebola. You never know who will catch Ebola. It might be you, it might be Ruto, it might be someone else.
Yeah.
So we are all fearful and we are acting out of fear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, how are you doing?
I am doing great. This is Brian from North Carolina, US.
Yeah, are you able to speak a little bit up? Tunakusikia kwa umbali sana Mkenya mwenzangu.
Okay, pole, wacha nitoe Bluetooth.
Yeah, Bluetooth nayo ni iko shida kabisa.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're quite clear now.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, today I'm just calling to say you guys are doing an amazing job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for what you're doing. Yes, sometimes you don't call to just say, hey, contributing now. Sometimes you call to even just say, continue doing what you're doing, Jagero.
Thank you very much.
Navash and everybody else there. I see you bring like different guests, which is a very good thing. And I can see people are speaking freely over there. They are not gagged.
Yeah.
Like, in the mainstream media. And us outside here, when we watch, we really like that. So continue just doing what you're doing in Jagero and educating us and other Kenyans. So
Yeah, that is very good to hear. Thank you very
and even
much.
the world. Yeah. Thank you. Have a wonderful show.
All right.
Bye-bye.
So, thank you very much. That has been very, very nice. I think we will stop. We can stop the calls for now and finish the show. What do you think about the callers? What are they saying that you like? What are they saying that you don't like, the callers?
Well, I not really, actually, I don't like. I just like the fact that the callers are so much alert to what is happening in the country. When you listen to the comments they are giving, you realize these are people who are quite informed. They know what is happening in the country, and they followed the conversations that we are doing right here. And of course, they care about them being Kenyans, because look, they've talked about the issue we had discussed around tribalism.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that they are able to differentiate between identity and tribalism. That is positive and negative ethnicity. They are able to differentiate that. And of course, they've also talked about what my sister here, Queen Vashti, was saying about the Ebola. By the way, we are afraid and we have concerns, but such facilities in a country like Kenya, they are important. Yeah.
I think Odhiambo has always said that the government lacks communication from its own people. And you see now the problem with this government that will continue to, to push them further and away from the people, is that the first thing the government wants to do is kufanya vitu kisirisiri. Okay? Everything that we are talking about the government, they have just been caught with sugar in their mouth. There is no time that the Kenyan government is going to say, okay, Ruto, I expect Ruto to give a press conference. Instead of being it was good to be in Wajir, but even there, he calls a press conference and talks to the people of Kenya and saying that, look, people of Kenya, we have Ebola has broken out in the Congo. Now, as a country, we do not know how we can be able to take care of ourselves when something like this gets into our country. We are in conversation with Americans so that they can be able to help us construct something like this in this country. The other thing that we need to know is that they are going to build this facility, but they are also bringing their people. You see, when it comes from you as a government and people are now wanateta, then you have explained yourself. But the problem with Ruto's government is that he's always doing things chini ya maji. Mara ametoa hii kwa budget hajasema, ameingiza kitu hajasema, ameweka hii hajasema, amefanya hivi hajasema. Then when he's caught pants down, that is when he's like, okay, let's give you an explanation. Now Mbadi is rushing to Citizen TV. He's going to fixing the nation every day.
They look like they're doing bad things.
Yeah?
But they also think we have a trust issue with our government and our system.
And they're making it worse.
Yes, they're not making it better.
Yeah, they're making it worse. You see, Duale, the money has been stolen from Shah. They're not saying anything. They're not reading any record. The moment it is on nation, that's when the Duale is in government shouting at the top of his voice. Ndio hiyo sasa Ruto amesema hao watu wanapiga kelele. Murkomen, things happen and he's very quiet. He's always playing somewhere in his village.
Yeah, and there's so much politicization of issues.
Like, for example, the issue of security and people being kidnapped, they don't talk about it at all.
Until now, people go
until they are forced
to talk about it. So for them, Mbadi and the rest of them, there's a fire here, bring a blanket. There's a fire there, bring another blanket. There's fire there, bring water. There's fire there, bring... They are not communicating, and Ruto has got 21 advisors.
Yes.
Ameweka kwa salary. And they're not telling him anything. That other guy called Ndi used to speak. Mpaka his mouth goes dry.
Nowadays,
he's added good weight. Good weight.
You can't talk much when you.
But then you remember that G2G deal. when the opposition
Yeah.
no one even cared to explain what the G2G deal was. We were just saying, you know, it's the G2G deals doing nini. But hawakuja tu wa explain, wamenyamaza.
Yeah, wamenyamaza. So wananyamazanga tu. And it's very condescending, I think, to Kenyans when things are happening in your country and your government is just... But you know, those are lessons that we as Kenyans can learn. A lot of people usually ask me, Jagero, there is no politician you like. But I would love you to tell me why I should like them.
If they are not performing.
No, not even without them performing. I mean, just tell me why I should like them. Like, how can I just like you? Who are you?
Do they like you?
Do they like me? Do they
even know you?
Hey.
That's the question. But whatever it takes, you know, the government of the day, they have a very big responsibility.
Yeah.
Because the precedents that they've set already, that which you've just talked about, that until people go to the streets, that's when now the government would want to act. That's when the government now wants to explain itself. So a lot is really expected of them. Anytime you want to do something in this country, just know that Kenyans are quite alert.
They are. They are going to know because some of these things are actually they are being outed by people in the US.
Yes.
Because even this Ebola thing tulijua na huko. Wall Street na kina nani walikuwa wanaongea mambo ya Ebola wakaambiwa na government yao, sisi tumeongea na Wakenya. Wewe unasleki. Hawakuji.
Yeah, so somehow Kenyans will know. Anything that you want to do under the carpet,
they will know.
Yeah,
and we are the most democratic country to ever democracy.
And by the way, for that I really love Kenya. Kenya is a very, very, very good country. For people for Kenyans who don't know about other African countries, we have a very good country. we just need to tie loose ends, which are many.
So many of them.
There are so many loose ends. People of the internet, it's been amazing having you guys, surrounding this fireplace and talking to us, conversing. There is hapo nini kuna town hall mbaya sana. Kuna mtu anasema like right now he has chartered a very expensive private jet to South Africa for a state visit. The economy is in shambles. Jagero. Who is that? Ruto has gone to South Africa?
I guess.
Who is that?
No, there's somewhere he was going. He was
Lazima ni Ruto tu nani huyo?
To head a trip today.
No, he was not going to Congo Brazzaville. I think huko kuna Ebola. I think huko haendi.
Oh, umenikumbusha ile story ya ule president wa Congo.
Do you know the president of Congo went to watch Champions League?
Yeah, Ruto is in South
Budapest.
Africa.
He's in South Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruto is in South Africa.
Yeah.
Right? People of the internet, thank you very much. I want to thank Mr. John Tess, who has been on the desk. Thank you very much. I want to thank Vasht, who is our researcher and also a panelist today. I want to thank Kevin, who has been on the Kevin Adabunga, who has been on the cameras. I don't know what Peter was doing today, but I believe he was involved deeply in what is going on here. Thank you so much for coming to Political Headache. I hope you found it warm, you found it beautiful. I don't know if you are watching online as we talk.
No, not really.
No, you are not.
Yeah,
there is a lot of, but the star of the show is always the people of the internet that are watching. People who are, conversing and egging us on. We really, really appreciate it. But if you are not, you've not subscribed, please do subscribe. Hit on that notification bell. Follow us online on Instagram, everywhere else. You are until another episode. Bye for now. HustlesAfrica.com, a guide to high-paying online jobs. At HustlesAfrica.com, you will discover the jobs people are doing from home, the platforms where opportunities are found, the skills that open doors, and the practical steps to begin earning. Go to HustlesAfrica.com today.